Crystal Beaudry here with Crystal's Clean Kitchen, where we help make clean eating a lifestyle. So we are doing an event on my channel that is called the 25 Days of Christmas. That means from December 1st through the 25th, we are going to be posting every single day a Christmas-themed recipe. Now, on my channel, we usually do stuff that's low-carb friendly, that's keto approved, and normally it's packed with protein also, which is a huge benefit. Well, in today's episode, we're going to be making a plum pudding that, you guessed it, is low carb and sugar free, which is kind of amazing. But the cool thing about this is I'll show you two different ways how to make it. One of the ways has 24 grams of protein in it, and the other way has 49. That's kind of amazing, isn't it? Well, you guys, thank you so much for watching. Before we get into it though, would you do me a huge favor and hit that like button? Only because it's going to help the algorithm to send this video to more people. Thanks so much. Here is all the ingredients that you are going to need. So we're going to be starting with 1 cup of some cottage cheese. Now this brand, 1 cup, has 24 grams of protein. If you wanted to add some whey protein, this would be a great recipe that you could do that with. Now I'm going to link a different brand down below, the one that's a little bit cleaner than Isopure. But this one has 1 scoop, and each scoop is 25 grams of protein. So both of those together would give you a really good amount of protein in this snack. Now we are going to be putting in some plum. So if you want to add the whole plum, you can. If you want to just do half of it, that is fine as well. You technically don't really need a sweetener with this because the plum has enough sugar, natural sugar in it. But if you wanted to add some sweetener, you could do any sweetener of your choice. Maybe just 1 to 2 tablespoons of it. If you wanted to keep this low carb friendly, you could do some monk fruit, either the liquid version or the granulated, or you could do some allulose, either the liquid or the granulated version of that, or the powdered version of that. If you don't really care about the carb count, then maple syrup or some honey would work as well. All right, let's get started. So first, we're going to be taking some of the liquid out of this cottage cheese. Now I have a little cheesecloth here. I will link that down below because it is actually really nice to have on hand. For some reason, it keeps getting thrown away at my house. So I just bought a pack of like 10 of them, and I am determined to not have them get thrown away anymore. All right, so I'm gonna just put it in the cheesecloth. I'm gonna squeeze some of the liquid out. Now I started doing this because I was making this like pudding or mousse all the time, and some of the brands of cottage cheese are just different. And some of them just have a ton of liquid and some of them don't. So if you want a better, thicker mousse, just get some of the liquid out. Now, as you can see, that's a ton. I'll be putting it in the blender now. Now, technically, you don't have to do this step. You don't have to take some of the liquid out. And sometimes when I do it, I kind of just dump the liquid from the container and just kind of dump it in the sink before I use it. So you could do that way too. Don't feel like you have to go out and buy a cheesecloth if you don't have one. That's totally fine. So we have our cottage cheese. I'm going to just be cutting some plum and putting it right in there. These plums are on the verge of going bad, so I have to cut off a little bit. I bought a big pile of them from Costco, and so Kaden said, "Mom, you should make plum pudding." Now, this probably isn't going to need any sweetener, so I'm just going to do a very tiny, tiny bit. And then I'm also going to be adding in a little bit of protein powder. I don't need the whole scoop. I'm going to probably just do, I'm not even going to measure it. I'll just probably do about a half a scoop. Now, if you notice that it's kind of having a hard time blending, all you do is take some of that liquid that you have, and you can easily dump some of that back in there if you're using a lot of protein powder and you need more liquid. Then just blend it up. Then we're just going to portion it out into our container. Here you have it. Now I'm going to be putting it in the refrigerator for about an hour just to like let it thicken up a little bit. You totally don't have to. You could eat it just like this, but I like it a little bit thicker. It has been about an hour, taking it out of the fridge. And as you can see, this is a perfect pudding consistency. It has definitely thickened up a little bit. All right, here it is. Let's give it a taste test. Oh man, this is so good. What a perfect snack idea. It's not too sugary. It's the perfect level of sweetness, and it's just packed with protein. So if you're looking for something that's filled with protein at the end of the night, maybe a little sweet treat before you go to bed, this is so good. Of course, it's good any time of the day too. Well, you guys, thank you so much for watching. Now, don't forget, we're doing the whole 25 days of Christmas, so make sure to watch some of the other episodes that we have out there. You're not going to regret it. Thanks for watching. Merry Christmas. Hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. Bye.